all my YouTube friends. I'm back again. It took a while because it's a big hassle to move to another country. My moving truck arrived and I unpacked a lot of things, but there's still a lot of boxes left that are not unpacked. Today I thought, what the heck? I can unpack boxes, I can fill in forms, but I also can drive my new car and make a nice movie. And that's what I did. So I hope you will like it. Well, today I decided to make a nice drive with my car that I received yesterday. And although I still have a lot of things to do at home, I thought I'd make a nice drive. I was waiting for nicer weather, but we have to do with it. And I'm going to show you some things down the road. And I hope you will enjoy this video. Look how beautiful the river is, how wide it is. It's almost a lake here. We just crossed the river and went through the town of Murjov, where there's an annual open air all-night blues festival every year, and it's really fun. It's about 1,000 people coming, and it's in the middle of nowhere. And I've been there a couple of times, but now we're on the E10, driving further north, following the river on the west bank, and well, it's a nice drive. Weather seems to be getting a bit better. I'm in a town called Upstream Kalix. That's north of Kalix, and having some lunch in the car. This town is actually, it looks very beautiful, but it's a bit, the demography is a lot of old people. 2 supermarkets, 2 gas stations, and that's about it. But I couldn't take a nice shot of it because I was driving and I couldn't stop there, but where you have the best view. And the sun is finally coming through, so that's good. And I'm gonna drive a little further after finishing my my lunch. Well, I said there's not much to do in the Upstream Kalix, but there is an Orthodox church for some reason. And it's tiny, but it looks nice to see. And I thought I'd take a little sideway and check it out. As you can see, it gets more mountainous because we're getting further north and closer to the Scandinavian range. So it's really beautiful here, very quiet. There's one car behind me, but for the rest there's hardly any traffic. Here's a ferry across the river, but obviously it's not ferrying. And it's just a nice drive. The sun is gone again, unfortunately, but you can't have everything. I just crossed the Arctic Circle. Unfortunately, there was no sign. I could see it on the map, but the funny thing about the Arctic Circle is that it's the imaginary line where you have one day of total darkness and you have 1 day of sun only, midnight sun. But what a lot of people don't know, and often there's a sign, but the sign is hardly ever correct because the Arctic Circle is moving north because the tilting of the Earth is changing. And in fact, the Arctic Circle is moving north 14 meters per year. So every time you pass it, every year you pass it, it's 14 meters more north. So it's a fun story. It would be nice if there would be a sign and we could measure the difference between the sign and the actual coordinates of the Arctic Circle. So then we could see when the sign was set there. But unfortunately, there was no sign. Well, I found the sign, but this one is pretty much off. It's too far north. So I can show you on the map. It's just we're already crossed the Arctic Circle. Arrived at today's destination, Jokval. It's a fall in Kalix River. I think the fall is about 10 meters. Very powerful. It doesn't freeze. I came here last summer and I wanted to see how it looks like in the winter, and obviously it doesn't freeze. I would like to fly my drone there, but I don't have the guts to do it because there's not a good lounge place. And but I did it this summer. So in the season, the salmon climbs up. There's a fish stairs, climbs up and comes back to the river there. See that this is like a fishing place. There's a lot of cabins there where people stay in the season, but there's people now too, probably snow scootering, mostly snow scootering. So it's as you can see, there's a salmon there in the entrance, and the place is called Jokval. Here's a map with all the fishing spots along the river, and well, if you drive the road, there's a lot of signs about the fishing. I had a plan of maybe going further north, but the road conditions are not very good, and so I think I'll call it a day, and it will be the end destination. Back in the car and deciding what to do: drive back home or go to Haparanda, because I still have some shopping to do, and it would be a nice drive, but it's 2 hours from here. Driving further north is no option because I don't like the road conditions, and it's not the nicest weather either. I'll do that some other time. There's a very interesting place a bit further up north, I think another 70 kilometers, but there's a lot of ice on the road, so I'm not going to do that. As you can see, there's a lot of ice spurs on the road, the sides of the road, and it only gets worse the further north you go. So I'm not going further north, I'm going back south. And actually I had to put off the steering assistance because it sees the snow as white lines and pushes you to the middle of the road all the time. So I go south, and then halfway I decide if I take the turn to Haparanda or take the turn home. So I decided to drive home. It would be get very late if I drive via Haparanda. That's a lot of extra kilometers, and I still have a lot of stuff to do at home. So I'll save that for another time. It wouldn't add anything to the video. It just would solve some issues for me if I go there, but I can do that tomorrow in half a day. As you can see, it's not very much traffic. It's mostly trucks actually. Trucks go into the forest, pick up wood, bring machines. In this case they bring machines, I think, but you see a lot of trucks with logs, with wood logs. The guy in front of me who's very much on the speed limit, very strict on the speed limit, so I'll follow him. We're at Kamlunga. A friend of mine lives as a hermit here. Soon, when the snow is gone, I will visit him with a bike and film it. It's a beautiful place in the middle of nowhere on the riverside. Just coming on a bridge. Again, Kalix River. Well, I arrived back home. It was a nice trip. The weather was not as bad as I thought, and I hope you liked it. And if you liked it, please subscribe and hit the like button.